Good morning. Welcome to the First Unitarian Fellowship of Nanaimo. My name is Lise Smith, and I'm this morning's service leader. Whatever your ethnicity, theological belief, gender, sexual orientation, and everything, age, and everything that makes you who you are, please know that you're warmly welcome in our community. We have a wonderful website, ufon.ca, and invite you to check it out to more detailed information about who we are, what the services we offer, and how you can connect with us. We acknowledge this morning that we meet on the traditional territory of the Snuneymuxw First Nation. As Unitarians, we are committed to the work of reconciliation required to address the harm done to all Indigenous peoples by their cultures by non-Indigenous people. We have much to learn from the Indigenous perspective, that the earth is the source of all life, and that our responsibility is to honor and care for it. Today's service is entitled Setting the Table, Cultivating and Experiencing Gratitude, and is presented by Kathryn Walker, Patrick Courtin, the Fufonics, and me. I would like to acknowledge with gratitude that today's service is lightly adapted from a service from the Unitarian Universalist community of the Mountain in California. In our first Summer Light service in August, called Meaningful Questions, I asked the question, what are you most grateful for? I had two other questions, but we never got to those. All of those attending had something to say, and we went around the circle at least twice, and we could have kept going. So today, you are asked during this Thanksgiving service to reflect on that question. What are you most grateful for? And we'll have a time to share briefly with one another what we're grateful for later in the service. You're also invited to stay after this service to have a simple meal of soup and buns along with our potluck snacks. It is now time for the announcements. We thank Frances Deverell for the picture of geraniums on her balcony. They are in honor of her brother, who I didn't get. Frances, what's your brother's name? John. Her brother John, who is recovering from a stroke and who had a birthday on Friday. Did you know that the fellowship is a fragrance-free zone? Some people have severe adverse reactions to scented items, including laundry fragrances, lotions, shampoos, and colognes. Sorry. As we all, as we all contribute to the fellowship's welcoming environment, we ask that each of us be respectful of others' sensitivities, including of scents. There is a place for you in the upcoming Advanced Care Planning Workshop 1, My Options, My Care. Circle your calendar for Saturday, October 22nd from 1 until 3 at the Unitarian Hall or online. The first Advanced Care Planning Workshop is presented by Ardith Finnemore from Nanaimo Hospice Society. Advanced care planning is the process of thinking, talking, and planning for our future care in the event that you are unable to speak for yourself. It is an essential part of life planning for everyone, regardless of age or current health status. Reverend Deborah hopes everyone takes this workshop and invites their friends to sign up too. You can reserve your place by contacting the office. And now I'd like to call on Don Gayton for an announcement.
I was going to do it. That's fine. Hi, everybody. My name is Don Gayton, and I'm here to announce the final total from our roof capital campaign in memory of Sam Costco, which just wrapped up. The campaign task force was myself, Debbie Goodman, Lois Peterson, and Paul Manley. You may recall that our fundraising goal was $50,000. We are pleased to report that the final amount was $69,290. Nice touch. I feel like Stephen Colbert. We want to express a big thank you for all those who donated, and I also wanted to especially thank Martha Costco for her support of the campaign in memory of her husband, Sam. It made the campaign extra special to all of us. Thank you.
To find out about all special events and meetings taking place in the fellowship, either go to the calendar online or read the weekly update sent out on Thursdays. Now, I know I need this. I invite us all to take a deep breath. Let us center ourselves as Patrick, our music director, leads us into worship through music.
Thank you, Lise. Here's a song to get us into the spirit of today. We're going to sing the prelude, all of us. This is number 1010 from the Blue Songbook, We Give Thanks. Thank you to Francis for sharing the slides. So please join us and sing as you're willing and able. And we're actually going to do this one 3 times, not twice, but 3, because it's more fun that way. Here we go.
Our opening words are by Victoria Stafford. What if there were a universe, a cosmos that began in shining blackness, out of nothing, out of fire, out of a single silent breath, and into it came billions and billions of stars, stars beyond imagining, and near one of them, a world, a blue-green world so beautiful that learned clergymen could not even speak about it cogently. And brilliant scientists, in trying to describe it, began to sound like poets, with their physics, with their mathematics, their empirical, impressionistic musing. What if there were a universe in which a world was born out of a smallish star, and into that world, at some point, flew red-winged blackbirds, and into it swam sperm whales, and into it came crocuses, and wind to lift the tiniest hairs on naked arms in spring when you run out to the mailbox. And into it at some point came onions out of soil, and came Mount Everest, and also the coyote we've been seeing in the woods about a mile from here, just after sunrise, in these mornings when the moon is full. The very scent of him makes his brother, our dog, insane with fear and joy, an ancient inbred memory. Into that world came animals and elements and plants and imagination, the mind and the mind's eye. If such a universe existed and you noticed it, what would you do? What song would come out of your mouth? What prayer? What praises? What sacred offering? What whirling dance? What religion? What reverential gesture would you make to greet that world every single day you were in it? I invite you to read the chalice lighting words along with me, please, as Kathryn lights our chalice. If I don't make the fire go up. Life is a gift for which we are grateful. We gather in community to celebrate the glories and mysteries of this great gift.
Okay. My turn.
All right, our first community song today is from our Gray Songbook, number 355, We Lift Our Hearts in Thanks. I think it's relatively new, so this will be nice. I'll play it all the way through and then we'll sing together. Please stand as you're willing and able, and thank you again to Francis for sharing the lyrics on the slides. We lift our hearts in thanks today for all the gifts of life, and first for peace that turns away the enmities of strife, and next the beauty of the earth, its flowers and lovely things, the spring's great miracle of birth, with sound of songs and wings. Then harvest of its teeming soil, in orchard, loft, and field, but more the service toil of those who helped them yield, and most the gifts of hope and love, of wisdom, truth, and right, the gifts that shine like stars above to chart the world by night.
Today, rather than a sermon or a homily, we're going to set a table of readings, music, reflection, and sharing, and invite you to partake of it family style, which is to say, take and taste what you will, what you need, what will nourish you, and simply pass on the rest. We know that gratitude is good for us, and that expressing gratitude is good for us and for the recipients of that gratitude. Gratitude strengthens our spiritual health, our emotional health, and our physical health. It is a virtue prized in our tradition. In fact, Reverend Galen Gingrich of All Souls in Washington, D.C., claimed that gratitude ought to be our defining religious discipline. As Unitarian Universalists rooted in a transcendental experience of awe and an awareness of how utterly dependent we are on the people and world around us for everything that matters. From this flows an ethic of gratitude, an obligation to nurture the world that nurtures us in return. It is difficult to force a feeling of genuine gratitude, but we can cultivate a sense of gratitude. We can take on spiritual practices that bring our attention to what we have in life, and we can cultivate practices that help us move from feeling to acting, so that gratitude becomes a life-giving virtue, not simply an internal state. Gratitude is a common thread through many religions and philosophies. Cicero reportedly called it the mother of all virtues. Greek philosopher Epictetus said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things that he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." And Charles Dickens shared a similar sentiment with the phrase, "Reflect upon your present blessings, of which every man has many, not on your past misfortunes, of which all men have some." As for tomorrow's Thanksgiving holiday, Glenn Fox, an expert in the science of gratitude — I wonder if anyone knew there was a science of gratitude, which I find interesting — at the University of Southern California Marshall School of Business. He said there's no wrong way to practice gratitude. Going around the table to share thanks, writing positive messages to others, or simply taking the time to connect with friends and family are all good ways to get started. What other holiday is built on recognizing things we are grateful for, he said. I just don't think you can go wrong.
Thanksgiving Meditation by Elizabeth Strong. Let us rejoice for the families who have gathered this Thanksgiving to express their thanks and to celebrate the bounty of their lives. Let us join together in support of those whose families are far away, with distances in many forms. Let us hold one another in gentle reverence this holiday of Thanksgiving, for we are here to celebrate, to worship, to be thankful for what we have. Life, newly born among us this year, will carry our legacy into the future. Death among us this year has given us tears of sorrow and yesterdays to remember. Illnesses, accidents, and surgeries among us this year have reminded us of the fragileness of our lives. We have had marriages, reunions, reconciliations, and we have had and still do have our beloved community, our religious home where we come together in love and compassion. For all these things, we give thanks this day. Let us be silent together.
Please join me in singing the autumn verse from number 73 in our Gray Songbook, Chant for the Seasons. And thank you to Francis for showing the slides. Summertime has turned the star wheel, autumn is upon us. Summertime has turned the star wheel, autumn is upon us. Sweet the angling sun, sweet upon the air, the smell of blue mist rising. Summertime has turned the star wheel, autumn is upon us. Glorious the trees, glorious the sight of rust leaves falling, falling. Summertime has turned the star wheel, autumn autumn is upon us.
Our next reading is by Max Coots. Let us give thanks for a bounty of people, for children who are our second planting, and though they grow like weeds and the wind too soon blows them away, may they forgive us our cultivation and fondly remember where their roots are. Let us give thanks for feisty friends as tart as apples, for continuous friends who, like scallions and cucumbers, keep reminding us that we've had them, for crotchety friends as sour as rhubarb and as indestructible, for handsome friends who are as gorgeous as eggplants and as elegant as a row of corn, and the others as plain as potatoes and as good for you, for funny friends who are as silly as Brussels sprouts and as amusing as Jerusalem artichokes, and serious friends as complex as cauliflowers and as intricate as onions, for friends as unpretentious as cabbages, as subtle as summer squash, as persistent as parsley, as delightful as dill, as endless as zucchini, and who, like parsnips, can be counted on to see you throughout the winter. For old friends nodding like sunflowers in the evening time, and young friends coming on as fast as radishes. For loving friends who wind around us like tendrils and hold us despite our blights, wilts, and witherings. And finally, for those friends now gone, like gardens past that have been harvested. And who fed us? I'm sorry, I always get. I just lost a good friend yesterday. So. Let's do this. Who fed us in their times, that we might have life thereafter. For all these we give thanks. Amen. Blessed be. Sorry. You get the feeling.
I know. It'd be hard to cry at this one. Okay, this is brilliant. I love this. I hope this is me. Well, I don't totally hope it's me, but I hope I've got the same attitude as I get older. Okay. There once was a woman who woke up one morning, looked in the mirror, and noticed she had only 3 hairs on her head. Well, she said, I think I'll braid my hair today. So she did, and she had a wonderful day. The next day she woke up, looked in the mirror, and saw that she had only 2 hairs on her head. She said, I think I'll part my hair down the middle today. So she did, and she had a grand day. The next day she woke up, looked in the mirror, and noticed she had only 1 hair on her head. Well, she said, today I'm going to wear my hair in a ponytail. So she did, and she had a fun day. The next day she woke up, looked in the mirror, and noticed that there wasn't a single hair on her head. Yay, she exclaimed, I don't have to fix my hair today. And we don't know who wrote that, but it's wonderful.
Well, it's time for a song. Thank goodness.
All right, well, if I can get the fabulous Foophonics up here to join me in the choir loft, as we call it. The fabulous Foophonics are going to lead you all in singing this beautiful song, simply called Thanksgiving Song by Mary Chapin Carpenter. The lyrics, as always, will be up there. If you're familiar with it, please sing out loud. If you're not familiar with it, you'll learn it as it goes. And are you joining us, Tony? All right, here we go. Gee, what a great opportunity for a segue. Come sing with the fabulous Foophonics on Sunday mornings. If you wanna get on the email list of when rehearsals are, come talk to me after the service. We have a great deal of fun. And looks like we're all up here, so here we go. Thanksgiving Song. Grateful for each hand we hold, gathered round this table. From far and wide we travel home, blessed that we are able. Grateful for this sheltered place, with light in every window, saying welcome, welcome, share this feast. Come in away from sorrow. Father, mother, daughter, son, neighbor, friend, and friendless, all together, everyone, in the gift of loving kindness. Grateful for what's understood and all that is forgiven. We try so hard to be good, to lead a life worth living. Father, mother, daughter, son, neighbor, friend, and friendless, all together, everyone, let grateful days be endless. Grateful for each hand we hold, gathered round this table.
Our next reading is by Max Kapp. I also cry at this one when I practiced it, so sorry. Often I have felt that I must praise my world for what my eyes and ears have seen these many years, and what my heart has loved. And often I have tried to start my lines, "Dear Earth," I say. And then I pause and look once more. Soon I am bemused and far away in wonder, so that I never get past "Dear Earth." So now we've come, I made it. Now we come to a time where we're going to share what we're thankful for. I invite you to share in a sentence or two, brevity, what you're grateful for. We'll start with those in the hall and then invite those attending on Zoom to share as well. I'm going to begin. I am grateful for all of you being here, and also for this community, for welcoming me 14 plus years ago, and for being a second family to me.
Ditto. No. I am grateful for this beloved community that is so incredibly welcome and full of amazing people, and all my new friends here, and for welcoming me around almost exactly a year ago. And for my family. I'm grateful for them. So who else would like to share their gratitude? Don't be shy. Hey, there's an idea. Just pass it around.
Well, I was trying to think of what I was grateful for. I could, oh, wait a minute, there it is. I am grateful for the microphone working. I was trying to narrow it down, and I think I'm grateful for just about absolutely everything in my life. I have so much, and I'm constantly reminded and aware of everything that I have, you know, living here, being part of this community. I have a lovely home. I have enough to eat. I have nice clothes. I just have everything, and I'm incredibly grateful and sort of amazed and sometimes occasionally guilty that I have so much.
I was sitting here. Oh. Okay. I was sitting here thinking that 57 years ago, I met this guy, and this has given me a challenge. He's not perfect yet, but I'm not bothering as much. You know what you have to say, don't you?
You're wonderful, dear. You're wonderful.
If I can stop laughing, I can tell you what I'm grateful for. 3 years ago, I lost my youngest daughter. I was living in Ontario at the time. I was in shock and did nothing but cry. And so my daughter, Rosemary, who lives here, just came to Ontario, scooped me up and brought me out here, and here I am.
Just wanted to say I'm grateful for my husband, who puts up with a lot of crap for me, I'll tell you. And because we don't have any family, we have a Syrian family that we started out helping them almost 6 years ago. Can't believe it. And now we are, and I'm very grateful to be part of, they've taken us in now.
This is really weird, but I'm grateful for the mayonnaise sandwiches I had as a kid. The reading that she did mentioning a spaghetti sandwich brought back all the weird stuff that we do as children. And that's, to me, makes a grateful moment.
Well, I'm ever so grateful for my health. Our very good friend Maureen is, probably in the final stages of her life. So having had her in my life for so long just means the world to me. And certainly I'll enjoy her for the rest of the time.
On a more general theme, I'm grateful for every day that I get to live its challenges and its pleasures, however they come.
I am grateful for my darling mum, who passed away some years ago, but she's left me with a gift. And the gift is, I'm starting to sing her songs in the same kind of sequence, the same time she did, without sort of thinking about it beforehand. She would sing slavery songs when she was doing the dishes, just different things. She would sing about running away to the circus. And I find when I sing, it sounds so funny. I'm charmed that my voice sounds like her. It's just like she's there with me. And I'm growing to be more and more like her, which I really like.
I'm also grateful for all the things that have just been said and the same reasons. Brian and I have been together, 58 years, I think, and had a wonderful life. But I have something specific I have to tell you that happened this week. It has been a very difficult week. Six months ago, I got 2 little kittens, mainly because we've been having quite a few rodents around our house last winter. Anyway, this week, Zoe, the little girl, she climbed up at least, well, between 70 and 80 feet, but she was probably at the very top of the cedar tree. She would not come down. She just would not come down. I was out there all night calling, and the day went by, and then I knew the night was coming. And we live really close to the water with lots of eagles that are flying by. And so I went to bed just resigning myself she'd be gone. And in the morning, but I got up early at 5:30. I heard the whining. I phoned the radio station, 99.9, and said, please somebody help me. My cat is up the tree and I can't get down. And we had tried the night before to get a hold of a tree topper guy that would do this, because she has done this once before, and this is her second time. How could she be so stupid? So anyway, by noontime, it was just a miracle. It was Trico that came out. They said, we're coming, we're coming. They were all busy, but he said, we're coming. And so he came out. And in the night, somebody told me to bang a pot and metal spoon together to keep away the ravens and the eagles. I spent the night doing that. It's been a really hard week. Anyway, he climbed up there. He got Zoe. She was back. And I took a photo, if any of you want to see. I've got a picture of her up the tree, but I also have the fellow who rescued her. And he said, well, this is going to be a very happy Thanksgiving for all of us, and I'm happy. And they don't take any money, but we insisted on giving. We said, this is our present to you. So that was what I'm thankful for. My kitty, who is not going outside anymore. I'm sorry. She's in a harness and she hates me at the moment.
That's a tough act to follow. Barry and I just got back from visiting our granddaughter in Nova Scotia. We arrived there the night before the storm. While we were driving around over there, I was reminded, after so many years, that it was my mother's birthday on the 1st of October. My mother passed away in 1972 at the age of 47. And I'm forever grateful to my mother, who bore me when she was only 17 years of age in far off Calcutta. I'm grateful to she and my father, who managed to take us out of India when things were getting very difficult. They left a life of luxury and lived for 5 years with great difficulty in a refugee camp with us, 3 kids. One can never thank one's parents enough. God bless them.
Well, I'm grateful for the parents I had. I'm grateful for the time that I was born, because it gave me advantages that, had I been born earlier or now, I wouldn't have those advantages. Things have changed. I had loving parents. I'm very grateful for them. I have 2 brothers, which I keep in touch with. I have old friends that I started first grade with. And I have this community, which I joined several years ago. And it is like a second family in many respects. That's it.
I have a small one. I got a phone call yesterday from my son, and he said, Mom, Charla, that's his wife, thought I'd invited you to dinner tomorrow, and I thought she had. Would you like to come to dinner tomorrow? I said, yes.
Hi, I'm grateful for not, that call's not for me. I'm grateful for all the things that I've learned about myself and about life, about the world in the last 10 months since losing Sharon, and it's been truly a gift.
I'm grateful for the food box I got yesterday from the 5-acre farm and the other farm that's like it, that is growing food. And a lot of the food is grown by the community, the Society for Community Living. People in that organization do a lot of the actual work of the farming. It was a wonderful box of food, and what a wonderful program that we have in Nanaimo, both in terms of growing local food and in terms of supporting the Society for Community Living.
I'm also thankful for my parents and the opportunity I got to move to Nanaimo. I moved here 3 years ago. I'm from Prince George. Yeah, I'm thankful for the opportunity because I absolutely love it here in Nanaimo. Love the ocean, everything. I'm very thankful for where I live.
I'm grateful for my daughter. She's come to live with me to help me out. I have arthritis pretty bad, and that's a great help for me. And I also have 2 cats that are my family as well, and I enjoy them. I enjoy them all so much.
I'm going to take a broader view. I'm grateful for evolution and the atom carbon.
I'm very grateful for my parents giving me I think I had a very nice upbringing, and kind of like the story that they're reminding me to be kind. That's the most important thing. And also to my wife, we just had our 23rd anniversary last Saturday, so she brings me a lot of joy, and life is never boring with her.
Thanks, Lise. Yes, I'm very grateful just for living where I live. I've said, for the last 30 years, we were so lucky. I feel we were so lucky that we were raised in what I think was the best of times. Always jobs, always just freedom. It was wonderful, and I'm so grateful to live on this beautiful island.
Hello, I'm Dean. I'm grateful to wake up this morning in order to come to this place I come once a week. Thank you all for that.
I guess I'm grateful for people, particularly my parents who showed so much love and support, and for all the people I have met during my life, even here in this community. So thank you for that. And I am very thankful for still being alive, breaking statistics and still living. So yeah, I'm thankful and grateful for that, and hope I can somehow honor that. Thank you.
I'm grateful for shorts and sandals weather in early October, but I'll be just as grateful for some cooler temperatures and rain. I'm grateful to my wife, Sharon, for many things, but especially for introducing me to weekly Zoom meetings, which I have expanded to my own family. And I guess I could say I'm also grateful to my father for giving me reasons for having those Zoom families. Well, my mother gave me those reasons too, but yeah.
I'm grateful for 2 great-great-grandchildren.
And I just saw one of them when I was in Calgary, and her name is Ophelia. And I'm going to see another one in November for the very first time. She's 4 years old, and she has the name of Forrest. She's part Indigenous. That might be why she's called Forrest. But I think these two girls have big names to grow into, and I'm sure they will.
Well, I could come with a virtual litany of things to be grateful for, but I've only been in Nanaimo for a year, so I'm very grateful that I fell into this wonderful community and have been so warmly received. And I look forward to continuing that as a growing relationship. And I'm especially grateful to my daughter, who I'm going to pull a Lise there. And she's just so supportive and proud of her. So.
And I'm grateful for all of the support I've gotten since my husband died. My niece, who has had me for dinner every week since he died 2 years ago. And I'm so grateful for finding all of you, the Unitarians.
Hey, you guys are great. Thanks a lot. I love being here. I'm really grateful for the spiders that have been ending up in my sink, the raccoons that have been doing naughty things in my backyard, the grandfather that was walking his kid, and now I notice the kid is walking the grandfather. Okay, there's so many reasons for optimism. We just have to stop and look at them. I mean, we got inventors, we got researchers, we got biologists. We don't stop. Let's keep it going. Thanks.
I am, let's see, I also feel like I could go on forever. I'm really grateful to be still employed as a musician and a music teacher after the pandemic. Mostly I'm just grateful for family, to my parents for all their varying support over the years. And right now they're watching my son so that I can be at work and so that my wife can be at work too. I'm really grateful to my wife, who is an amazing mother. We just had our third wedding anniversary, and she is really inspiring, works tirelessly. Feels like we don't get an awful lot of time off together, but that's just part of where we're at in life, of course. Yeah, grateful for family and work.
Now, Jane, would you like to see if anyone on Zoom wants to share as well?
Yeah, is there anybody on Zoom who would like to share? If so, then please unmute yourself or raise your hand, and I can see that Dorothy has raised her hand. Go ahead, Dorothy.
Okay, good morning. I'm so grateful for the technology that makes it possible for me to be here in this fellowship with all of you, and to be reminded of the absolutely myriad of things to be grateful for. All except the cats and the dogs. I'm grateful for all the things that many of you have listed. And just this morning, I was looking at Facebook, and I realized how grateful I am for the technology that enables me to keep in touch with friends that I've known for many, many years and never get a chance to visit with. So it may be a mixed blessing, but I'm very grateful for being able to be in touch like that with big parts of the world that I can't simply visit myself. And I'm grateful that I am recovering and feeling much better.
And Charla was next. Go ahead, Charla.
My brother's, he tripped over a sidewalk last week, and his hand was all blue, and his right hand got swollen, and he's wearing a cast, so he's off, like he can't do cataract surgeries anymore and stuff like that. So I'm praying for my brother that he fell.
Thank you,
in the
Charla.
earth.
And Ruth.
I'm grateful to my mom. She's been my hero for my whole life, and I'm so grateful that she's still a part of my life. She's still alive, and grateful to my dad, though he's been gone a long time. And I'm grateful for this wonderful man that I have in my life. That's Zale. Just so you're not wondering that life is never dull, and he's been added so much to my life. And I'm grateful to my dog, though I'm feeling a little less when he's barking outside. So it's like, I am grateful to him. I love him a lot, and it's wonderful to have him in our lives. And grateful for health, and that I can do work that brings me joy and invigorates me. So much to be grateful for this world. Thank you.
And Audrey.
Yeah, I'm grateful for the Zoom meetings and the get-togethers that we had during COVID-19. I think it's helped us through that time, and I'm grateful to the people who arranged it. And also, as somebody else has mentioned, I'm grateful for the time that I've lived in. We've been very, very fortunate to you look back in history, you look back into the future, and you realize that this was a great time to be alive.
Is there anybody else on Zoom who would like to share? I'm not seeing anybody, Lise, so I'll turn it back to you.
Well, as we're about to sing our last community song, I realized when I was talking about my gratitude, I was remiss in not saying that not only am I was remiss in not mentioning that part of my continued career as a musician and music teacher is getting to be here. So that's a big part of it. I really am grateful for the fellowship and for the Foophonics. It's really an enriching part of my job. So thank you. All right, and with that, let's sing number 21, For the Beauty of the Earth, from the Gray Songbook. Thank you one more time to Francis for sharing the lyrics. And please stand as you're willing and able.
Source of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. For the joy of human care, sister, brother, parent, child, for the kinship we all share, for all gentle thoughts and mild. Source of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise.
Now that we're both online and in the hall, we welcome your donations and pledges in 3 different ways. First, we've set up the Unitarian Fellowship bank account to automatically deposit e-transfers sent to info@ufon.ca. Second, you can write a check and drop it in the mail. And third, there's a basket in the back of the hall. Our charity for the month is the Nanaimo Unitarian Shelter. We've also set up a different account for that so they can be, if you want to write a check, you can make it out to the shelter, but you can also send e-transfers to shelterdonation@ufon.ca. We are grateful for your offering. We're nearing the end of our service. After we sing Carry the Flame, you have an opportunity to join a social group. There are breakout rooms available online for the next 30 minutes, and in the hall, we'll be setting up for snacks and social time. And I ask, because I've made soup, we probably need an extra table or 2. Okay. Our closing words this morning are by W.E.B. Du Bois. Give us thankful hearts in this season of Thanksgiving. May we be thankful for health and strength, for sun and rain and peace. Let us seize the day and the opportunity and strive for that greatness of spirit that measures us not by its disappointments, but by its possibilities. And let us ever remember that true gratitude and appreciation show itself neither in independence nor satisfaction, but passes the gift joyfully on in larger and better form. And now we'll extinguish the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we turn in our hearts until we are together again. Now we'll sing Carry the Flame. It's our tradition to sing, make a circle, join hands or touch elbows as you're comfortable.
Carry the flame of peace and love until we meet again. Carry the flame